Good morning and welcome. It's the GGHOP. This is Eclipse Day, the Eclipse Day episode. With that in mind, let's begin with the GGHOP joke water pistol. Less jokes, more time for Eclipse 2024. Here we go from CNN.com. Disney Plus going to crack down on password sharing in June. Disney Plus continues to lose money, although the company said it expects to turn a profit soon, and that this might help. Something tells me that maybe password sharing might not be to blame for losing the money. What could it be? We'll figure it out. Next, from CNN.com as well. Japanese people could all be called Sato by 2531, study warns. Japan still legally requires married couples to share the same surname, but top Japanese officials are beginning to stop blaming marriage and have found the true culprit. Okay, well, Karate Kid 2 humor. And finally, something local from Clinton County Daily News. The Stone Eater Bike Park makes progress towards trail completion. Progress has been steady for the creation of the Stone Eater Bike Park in Lebanon, Indiana, with additional construction developments planned through 2024, like the Glass Gobbler Skate Park. Had all weekend to prepare that one. The Plutonium Muncher Dog Park, and the Asbestos Nibbler Pickleball Court.
That was Woodside.
Hey. Let's hear that theme song. Up on the internet, what do you see? Clickbait, politics, dressed as comedy. Who's outraged? Who's doubling down? The GGHOP is here to turn it all around with an ancient idea called having fun. Sounds a little scary, stick around, don't run. In the next 60 minutes, begging you to try. Open up your echo chamber and ditch your tribe. There's just one mission by which we're led to put a big fat smile upon your head. The song is almost done, time to start the show. But there might be something left that you'd like to know. What's GGHOP mean? It's your right to ask. The guaranteed, genuine, honest to goodness 1 hour podcast. Good morning. Welcome back to the GGHOP, the guaranteed, genuine, honest to goodness 1 hour podcast. I'm your host, Bill Gant, joined by James Swinford.
Hi.
And Karen Haynes is back once again.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! We're all sponsored by Wilson Farm Market in Arcadia and also Frankfurt Beer Works as well.
Frankfurt Beer Works.
Welcome back from the weekend. Still waking up myself.
Yeah.
So, Karen, did you do anything exciting over the weekend?
Went and saw Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Okay.
Godzilla.
A real Hollywood movie. How was it?
If you took the speaking parts all out, it would have been even better.
Okay.
But it was good. It was
subtitled?
cool. Only for the sign language.
Oh. But it's in English, the movie.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Not
okay,
a okay.
Because there is
No,
like
no.
because there is like a Godzilla that just came out not too long ago that was all in Japanese, right?
Oh, probably so. I mean, that's where
Yeah.
they originated from. And
Yeah.
did you see
It was
it when you were a kid? Did you watch the old ones? Were you into that or something?
No, my
Okay.
husband was big time.
Okay.
Therefore.
So the speaking parts were the worst part.
Yeah, but there was a lot.
What did Godzilla really say?
I misunderstood. What the fuck am I supposed to do? I'm too big.
Yeah.
I go by Zer.
No, there were pretty.
Ah!
There were quite a few cool parts.
Okay.
I love so Godzilla was the one in kind of pink, meaning it had the
That's how I
it showed
remember
the what? Fuck you.
Everyone's waking up this morning. So Godzilla was pink in this film. You just said You just said Godzilla was pink.
Yeah,
So-
but that was like when he got his like all that
When he's glowing.
bad energy or whatever.
Oh, this is how he mutated into be the monster, is what you mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And then there was another one that was blue, and so it was kind of cool when it made purple.
Sorry. Okay. And he fought other monsters. Did you see them glow as well? Like you saw that it was the origin story of everybody. Is that kind of what's going on?
Yeah,
No.
people were on it.
Okay.
Blue Bonnet.
The part you saw.
The part I watched.
The part you. Was it long? Last question.
It
Was
felt
a long,
like it.
long movie. Okay. Did you see it somewhere with like a big screen, like IMAX
Yeah,
style?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, no.
No, okay.
Oh, that was Karen at the movies while that was going on, probably.
No.
No.
I'm so glad
was-
Karen's back.
It was it was 11 and 7, so it was a big.
Okay. You probably went by the
7
dog
this-
eater bike course or whatever.
I did.
It
Okay,
is,
you had
it
to
is
drive
like
right
3
through
blocks up from there, but yeah.
The stone eater. Okay, good film overall.
Eh.
5 out of 10.
Eh, yeah.
50%.
Yeah.
All right. James, you something exciting?
Do you remember the old Godzilla movies and it had the one that had like the baby in it?
Yeah, the little guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was funny. And you could tell it was like somebody dressed up in it, and it was a real bad one.
It's really bad.
It's real bad.
The little baby one is really bad because it jumps around like
And it
yeah.
makes a goofy noise rather than something that's
It
like
does.
terrifying.
Never got into those movies.
Yeah.
They're very
Well, I
weird.
had a cousin or a relative that was super into it, so anytime you went over there, you had to watch it. So it was like, yeah,
Mm,
it was
torture.
one of those things.
I've seen them spoofed a few times, like Mystery Science Theater 3000
Yeah.
on them. Those are funny. Really good. So, well, fun. What did you do over the weekend? Anything exciting?
The weekend before was my birthday, and I did way too much. So this weekend I did jack shit.
Oh, there we go.
I
Right.
played a ton of MLB The Show.
MLB The Show.
That's what I did.
That's what he's into right now. Very nice. All right. Little baseball, a little relaxing. All right. Well, let's talk about who we're sponsored by, the plug and all. There it is. They've been eclipsed
Ha!
for this crazy eclipse. And yes, later in the show, we are getting to it is eclipse day. And we're going to talk about the eclipse and everything. We're not just going to totally crap on it. But see, look at that. See, it's eclipsed everything today. Donuts, look at all that stuff. Beautiful for breakfast, but not today. Look at that. Pink Floyd has a song about things eclipsing things, don't they?
Do they have a song about everything?
Probably so.
Yeah.
Be careful. Director loves that band. She'd be amazing how quickly we go off air and
My
there's
old
no-
lady does too.
everything's been destroyed.
I still don't care. Shit puts me to
Everything has
sleep.
been deleted. So we're sponsored by Wilson Farm Market. They're great if you're in an eclipse or not, or really, I'm just having some fun there. And of course, go to the GGHOP YouTube page. That's where we're picking the winner, right, Karen?
Correct.
What do they win? What do
They
you get?
win a gift card for $100.
$100,
and a
$100 worth of
shirt.
stuff and a shirt.
When you whip through the slides, I
Yep.
swore you was going to have a butt with the eclipse in the middle of it.
Uh-huh.
thought
I'm
you were-
cleaning up my act. I'm
man.
cleaning up my act. I'm trying not to sit around and do completely half pornographic things on Rumble.
I mean, it's not Wednesday.
It's not, and it kind of bothers some people, and I want everybody to be included. Karen, you have somewhere better to be?
Did that go off like you could hear it?
Probably. Caused me to stop the
See,
show.
it's in my ears, so I can't tell shit.
Oh, that's in your ears.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Can we be in your ears for, I don't know, another 40,
I heard
52
it. I don't know if
minutes?
the mic's picked up or something.
Karen's got better places to be.
What's
Man,
cool is when
you just
nobody
got back
likes it,
here.
your phone just sits there black all day and it never pops open.
Yeah, well, that's probably some
That's okay.
doctor.
You don't have to
Try to-
insert it. Good. If you could see my angle, I think that's not the Hitachi magic wand from last Friday.
It will vibrate if needed.
Review,
Okay.
review.
Oh, do you have it on vibrate?
Yeah, of course.
Do you really?
Well, yeah.
Can I text you? See what happens?
You can try.
If you know Karen right now,
She's waiting to ignore a call.
Okay, let's just test this out. I mean, this is isn't this Howard Stern like, isn't it?
Yeah, the
Is
speakers.
that
You-
okay?
Yeah,
From what I remember from the
episode was
movie.
like that.
Let's see. How I got you here?
And
Karen,
it
feel
took
free to
me a
cover while I'm looking
long
for your
time
number.
to make this happen.
Well, that's why you're supposed to cover for me. I don't have a thing to send you a message. Does it ring if I call you? Is it buzzing? Is it doing something to you?
Ooh,
I could
yeah.
feel it over here.
Yeah.
I could feel it over here.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Hey, just
Thank
a
you,
reminder,
Bill.
we're on the show.
Yeah, well,
Okay. So welcome back.
kind of hate to say what just happened, but
Cell phones off. Cell phones off.
No, that's
yeah,
beautiful.
what the hell?
So
Blowing me
before we
out.
get on to the fun of the eclipse and moving on to that too, we also have the What Sucks tournament. Got some updates for you there. Okay, we've got the exciting graphic on the way, but anymore it's almost done.
Certainly does suck.
So over the weekend, it does suck a lot. Certainly doing a lot of sucking. So Oprah versus Stephen Colbert.
The other opponents have been canceled.
That's the other. Yeah, it's the other stuff. Hey,
We Me Too'd a couple of them out.
kind of have. So you got Oprah and Stephen Colbert again. That's the misspelling. That was a person from a local person, but
Stephen Colbert.
Oprah won, but just barely, because in yesterday's semifinals there were two play-in choices, and those were the what sucks the most is this tournament, and so Oprah barely
Squeaked it.
over this tournament sucks. So Oprah has moved on to tonight's game, the finals, And then on the other side, Keith and Jimmy were tied. So I have to make an executive decision, and I'm moving Keith ahead. So Oprah Winfrey, Keith Olbermann tonight for the championship. So if you got a couple minutes, it's okay, because I always say that I'm going to do it right after the show, and then I post it 10 minutes before the show. So be sure to check it out Wednesday morning.
8:50.
8:57. That's why you were buzzing over there. I was doing stuff for the show. So it'll be Oprah versus Keith Olbermann for the what sucks. But there'll be a third choice too, so careful. There could be an upset. It could be this tournament totally sucks. It's okay. It's the vibe I'm getting from in here. Well, then, before we get on to this fun, like I said, I was going to wear these at the beginning. Man, you can't see
No,
shit.
you can't see shit. I put them on. There's nothing.
I honestly think this is just black. There's just nothing. Damn. That's careful.
I don't even think you can weld those shit.
So let's see. One story we had. The first one. CNN Disney Plus cracking down on the password. Any of you guys have passwords you share? Use somebody else's? Or like Hulu or Netflix, or do you do that? Do you have someone else's?
Yeah, I think me and the boys shared a Spotify for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what about TV streaming stuff? Do you have your own Netflix? You got your own? Do you even use Netflix?
I don't do that. Beth and
okay.
Yeah, Beth and him do. So yeah. They probably.
Yeah. I mean,
I like.
Or do you sign up for yourself? Are you using? I'm just asking. Are you using somebody else's password or your own?
No. I use my own, but like when I go see my daughter, I play it at her place, and then she's got it and she uses it. So I mean, you can also use it at like hotels and stuff too, Airbnbs that I've gone to before.
As long as you have your password, then it
as
follows
long as
you.
you got your shit.
Yeah. Okay.
And sign out. Make sure you sign out.
We steal them. We're a part of all sorts of weird ones.
Underground.
So they've like made one for us, and
there isn't anything on Disney I want to watch.
Oh, I didn't mean specifically Disney Plus. I just mean other streaming products. Like Netflix, things like that. We have one, I think it is Netflix, and it's been up for a while, and I'm not really sure who it's connected to. And then maybe after today, it won't be. But there's like the family, and there's like Dad and Cindy and something, and then there's Richard.
You don't know who
and there's
Richard
mine,
is.
and there's ours. And then so I'm always looking up there, I'm like, well, let's see, it's not Janet, it's not Susie, it's not Dak. It must be Mom, because I was saying Richard was Dick. Funnier to us. I don't want to share any more personal stuff. So, so please thank you for letting us use your password, Dick.
Yeah.
Whoever you are. But yeah, we got a few where I don't know who pays for these things.
Where they get them.
I don't know. Okay.
You probably don't want to know.
Disney curbing the password sharing for Disney Plus streaming service as part of a larger effort to boost signups and revenue to get more money. Bob Iger said in an interview on Thursday, its popular Disney Plus streaming service will start cracking down in June in some countries, not all countries, and more broadly in September. That's when it's really coming. Although Disney Plus and Disney's...
Sorry.
Is that you or the phone?
No, I just made a noise.
Okay, sorry.
He's easily distracted.
Monday.
Well, I don't know what's going on over there. Although Disney Plus and Disney's other streaming services terms of service explicitly prevent customers from impersonating someone else by using their username or password, it hasn't been broadly enforcing its policy. Okay, and
how do you enforce shit like that? Really?
I
mean,
I'm sure there's a way on their end
IPs
to do it, to shut it down. It says that Netflix did it and it worked. So,
yeah, I remember back when they did that ways back. Yeah.
So it says crackdown comes as rival Netflix has attributed a jump in signups from its crackdown in password sharing. Shortly after crackdown went into effect last May, Netflix added 100,000 new accounts on the following site in 2 days.
You remember when DirecTV, people used to be able to get a burned satellite card? It would unlock everything.
Yes, I do.
And then every so often they would change it, and you'd have to go get a new one or something.
Yes.
And then eventually they had to phase out that equipment because so many people were just
had figured it out.
Yeah.
Karen, did you ever know anybody that had like a satellite card that was had everything on it?
Never did satellite.
Okay. I had a person that I knew did it.
We all did.
I didn't have the equipment to play it, so I never used one until later.
I used to install them whenever I first started working at Walmart when I was in high school.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I bought a satellite when they first came out and installed it on my house.
The big dish.
Yeah, like
in
the
yard.
DirecTV. Yeah.
Oh, the DirecTV small dish.
Yeah, when they first came out with DirecTV, it was like 95, I think, and installed one on my house. We had people over to watch it or to watch stuff on a holiday. I told them about how I installed it and how much it cost and everything, and then like that next Christmas, I put up like 4 or 5 of them for a bunch of people that was in my family and shit. So
well done.
Christmas.
Yeah, it was nice.
Merry Christmas.
Well, Steven, there's what I'm talking about. Okay, very nice. I had the other one. What was the other one for a while?
Dish.
Dish Network, is that the other one?
Dish.
Yeah, I had Dish Network. I had the other one. Did I? I don't know if I've ever told on here the Dish Network story. What happened to me? Okay, so here's the Dish Network story. I told this the other day somewhere else. That's why I remember I thought I told it here. So Dish Network, of course, you sign up for 6 months at a time, a year at a time, whatever.
It was like the $20 one or something.
I think so. It was the cheaper of the two.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was a teacher, and so what I decided to do to save money, I thought if I could do this, is I would just turn it off over the summer, if that was okay. Like and then just re-up it back in like September or something when I'm more, because in the summer I was out, I was doing things and I didn't need it. So I called and talked to him, and it wasn't going to work out too well. So ultimately I think I was just going to just stop it and go with somebody else. Like DirecTV said they could do something like that for me. So this person, I called, I told them I didn't want it anymore, and I canceled. Well, then about a week later, and I am probably, I don't know, 24, 25. I got my nieces with me. They're all about in middle school. We're at Burger King, we're eating, and I get this phone call, and it's from Dish Network, and it's a representative, and he's like, "Hey there, my name's Tony, and I saw recently you got rid of us, and I just want to check back with you, make sure we didn't do anything wrong." I'm like, no, it's just I just needed to have it turned off in the summer, and then because I need to turn on later. I just need to turn off at certain times. Like, well, there's different things we can do. We can give you money back. I go, no, I'm not talking about that. I just need it gone for a while. I need it done. Sir, here's what we can do. We can suspend your service. And finally, I'm like, listen, can you get me service in prison? Silence. I'm like, dude, here's the deal. You want to know the deal, Brad? The deal, Brad, is I'm doing 10 do 5. Okay, so unless you can get me that kind of thing in my cell in Pendleton, man, there ain't much you can do for me. That's why I just wanted to let you know. Now I have to admit that I'm going to prison to you, man. Whoa, Mr. Gant, well, we can't get things in the cell. I'm sorry for bothering you. I will pass this on to other people. And I want you to know that when you get out, and I hope it's quick, that Dish Network will be here for you, sir. I'm like, thanks, Brad. I really appreciate the kind words. Like, thanks. My nieces are like, I'm like, I'm not going to prison. Yeah. Like, Uncle Bill took us out for dinner to let us know he's going away. 10 to 5. Okay, so that's funny. But then ish. I mean, maybe you're out there laughing or you've already scrubbed past it. But the real funny part is 2 years later, I'm in my truck. Dish Network does a commercial on the radio for signups and what they're doing. Like, hey, you know what? We can do anything. We can do that. It's like, some people have even tried to even deny our service and things like that. One person even said they were going to prison. I made it onto a radio ad. So they recorded that phone call and couldn't believe that this guy was going to prison. And then obviously he's not going to prison. This is an excuse that this guy used on you, Brad. And they put it in an ad. It wasn't my voice, but that was what I did. Now, maybe I'm not the only person to do that. Maybe lots of us did that. But I said it, and about 2 years later on a commercial, people even tried to say they're going to prison to get away from us. That's my story. Let's move on. So Netflix did really well. Now, it said it got 100,000 new counts after it did one of these in 2 days, okay? Netflix also achieved more than 100% increase in signups from the prior 60-day average. Okay, but I have a reason behind this. Why? Or I'll ask you, why do you think that Netflix said, hey, we're cracking down on the passwords, and 2 days later, 100,000 people signed up? These people are going to crack down in September, and no one's going to sign up because
their shit sucks.
Yeah, I think people really want to see shit on Netflix really bad, and it's super popular, and everyone likes it.
Yeah.
Disney Plus, I mean, you gotta just give that away.
Yeah.
Really. It's
Yeah.
So Netflix,
all the Disney networks, even their sports stuff, is kind of taking a shit.
yeah, they've been in a lot of trouble, and they've just put out a lot of crappy movies. And
They're all the same.
They are. They're all.
When have they like gone outside to do a movie? Like everything's CGI shit. Like everything's CGI.
Well, it's what happens also when you totally turn your back on what an audience even wants or who they are.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's going back the other way. But Disney, not great. I don't think this is going to do much for you. I mean, really, it's not going to do much. Okay. It says Netflix is the gold standard in streaming. Damn straight. They've done a phenomenal job. This is Bob Iger. He runs Disney now into the ground. They've done a phenomenal job in a lot of different directions. I actually have very, very high regard for what they've accomplished. If we can only accomplish what they've accomplished, that would be great. You're running the company?
Yeah.
Anybody would say that.
I like how ESPN, because he runs ESPN too. So like, I like how ESPN, like all of that stuff that they charge you for to have ESPN Plus to watch.
Yes.
All that just used to be like free.
Yeah.
Just, you turn it to a different channel and there it was.
This is a short list too of just the problems. Man, I showed you a few movies in the joke, but there's TV shows and other things, and they got in trouble with sports.
I just don't watch hardly any of it anymore.
Started yanking sports from certain places last year. I mean, Disney's got a big branding problem. They got to work on it. Okay, the next one, which Karen and I got it, I guess, from CNN. Japanese people could all be called Sato by 2531, study warns. So everyone in Japan could one day have the same surname unless its restrictive marriage laws change, according to a new study. But the country's dwindling marriage rate could buck that trend, and rapidly declining population might render it moot, because it's one of the countries around the world, like all the countries, where the birth rate is way below the death rate.
Should be.
Okay?
And they had 2 generations of male-only births.
Country over, that's China.
Oh.
They're in really, really bad shape.
Yeah.
Because this is like a real problem. It's not that there's overpopulation.
What was the country we're talking about?
This is Japan.
Oh.
This is Japan. Yeah. This is Japan.
My bad.
China did the one child policy,
yeah,
and then if they had girls, they just threw them in the trash.
Yeah,
we didn't have ones.
Yeah.
They just chucked them. Okay, so this is Japan. Of course, it's a problem all over. Elon Musk a year ago was like, "What's the problem? Like, it's not food, it's not water, it's not medicine, it's people. There's not enough people." Like, as you're going forward, there is not enough people. And so in some countries, it's really terrible. And the first one is China.
Yeah.
China is way below the list. That's why if you ever are hearing people tell you how China is taking over the world, man, you have more trouble in your personal life from a Kraft cheese single than the government of China. Let me tell you, they got nothing going, okay? But here in Japan, it's kind of the same thing.
Not if it's American cheese,
Not as bad. That's right. So, but their problem is in Japan, when you get married, it is law that you have to take the guy's last name. It's not an option or something you decide. You have to do it that way. Okay. So unlike most of the world's major economies that have done away with the tradition, no, they haven't. You just have the choice. Japan still legally requires them to share the surname. Normally, wives take their husband's name, and same-sex marriages still aren't legal in Japan. So there's no gay marriage in Japan. A movement to change the rules around surnames has been brewing, led by women's rights advocates and those trying to preserve the diversity of the Japanese surnames in a nation where a handful of names are becoming increasingly common.
And the government told them, hey, shut up.
Yeah, the government's like, would you cool it? Hey, Sato, chill the fuck out. But here's the thing, is what makes me laugh. This is why I did it originally. If the rules carry on, James and Karen, you know what's going to happen? All Japanese people could have the same surname Sato by 2531. So in 507 years, this could be a real problem. According to Hiroshi Yoshida, an economist from Tokai University in Sendai, who led this study. According to Miyoji Yuri, she's doing all right. She's not named Sato. A company that tracks Japan's more than 300,000 surnames.
Sounds like a bunch of new Major League Baseball pitchers.
It does. Hideki Matsui. Tahishi Takaraki. Sato is currently the most common surname, followed by Suzuki, and Takahashi comes third. About 1.8 million people out of Japan's 125 million people have the surname Sato, Miyoji, or Miyagi. Might be Miyagi. It's Miyagi. And Yuri says, Sato and me. Oh no, God bless America. There's a lot of O's and I's in here, James. Help me out. So
E-I-E-I-O.
it's
Rah, 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 rah.
I'm gonna get through this sentence. About 1.8 million people out of Japan's 125 million population have the surname Sato. Miyogi Urari says on the website. There we go. Now, I didn't put it on here, but they have a website, and when I went to it, you can have it translated into English because it's all in Japanese. But it was hilarious because it's a thing about, think about your name, and they showed lots of doorways and businesses that had Sato on it. But then there was this side one, which was a sports kind of like area about it, and it were these two teams, okay, and it was girls basketball teams, and it was it was hilarious because you look, everyone's last name is Sato. The girls are standing there like at the beginning. Then they start playing, and then two of the girls get, and it's on YouTube. They get together at the end, and they're like arms around each other, and they're talking. They're on opposite teams, but then these people are like the Yokohama Satos, and these are like the Tokyo Satos. The name of the fucking team is Sato, and they're all called Sato, and it's two teams, and they're playing each other. It's hilarious.
Oh my god.
Okay, so there's a lot of Satos, but again, in 507 years. 507 years.
The next eclipse, right?
Like, exactly. Is that what the next eclipse happened? Because it's 500 years, Bill. The professor who unveiled his latest study on Monday conceded that his projection would only hold up if the country could overcome what is already one of the most pressing crises, an ever-declining marriage rate anyway. So it's not people getting married much anyway. The number of marriages in Japan declined nearly 6% in 2023, dipping below 500,000 for the first time in 90 years, while divorces were up 2.6 last year. Yoshida told CNN that if lots fewer people marry than expected, there's a possibility that this calculation could be different. There we go. At least we've saved the names. Yoshida also pointed, what are we doing? Yoshida also pointed out in his study Japan's population could shrink massively over the next millennium because of its declining birth rate. The possibility of the Japanese race is going extinct is high. Okay, then why the fuck we worried about Sato then? They're all going to be dead. Which is it? Which problem is it? Is it that there's no Japanese people anymore, or that they're all going to be called Sato?
Yeah.
Or that, man, I need to get better at doing government funding for this show. God bless. These people have an office and a website and T-shirts, and all because in 500 years, someone might be called Sato. And so, yeah, and that was Sato, me and you.
Yeah.
Karate Kid 2.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Ralph Macchio.
That's still in the canon. I agree with that one. That one's in there. Ralph Macchio, still younger. He's older there, but he's still younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
You like Ralph Macchio?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I always was floored that he was older in true age than the character he played. I think he was, 22?
I think by the time the second one comes out. Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
easy.
He looks exactly the same. And, if you look at, I watched the, I don't remember what it's called, but it's on Netflix, I think it was.
Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai. I watched all of that.
Did you? Did you watch all the seasons?
Yeah.
Okay. I watched the first season and part of the second one because it kind of got relationshipy, as we call it around here.
Yeah.
There's more of that and less of the
Yeah.
The first season with Johnny and bringing it all in, and getting them
yeah.
back together again. That was a ton of fun. I would watch that
Yeah.
again.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
good.
So you liked it. You watched them all.
Yeah.
I feel like Karen when we're talking about sports.
Yeah. How's it feel over there? Japanese.
I know. I saw the movie, the first movie.
You saw the first one.
Yeah.
Okay, it's good. You never saw the second one.
No.
Or any of
Never
those?
bothered with any
Never
of the rest
cared
of
about any of it.
Yeah.
Okay, I love the Karate Kid. Yeah.
I was watching Chuck Norris and shit.
Okay. And Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we can still talk about our show though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So very
No, the
good.
Cobra Kai was super popular.
It was
Yeah, it
popular.
was.
I
Yeah,
guess.
it blew up for a minute.
I'm way after.
I think those
several years ago.
came out when COVID happened, right? They'd already had them in the can. I think it came out when COVID was going on.
Was that true? You saw the whole series. You
Was
probably
it?
were on it.
Uh,
I just watched it like
It-
a year ago.
yeah, I was gonna say it's
Somewhere
not been
around
that long. A year, 2 years ago.
Mhm.
I felt like it had already been out and people had already watched it, and
Oh,
I was
yeah.
just sort of catching
Yeah.
up.
I did see where like later seasons I could go up and look. They bring back people. Chosen comes back,
Mhm.
and there's somebody else who was way in the old days. Somebody else that was part of it. The guy, I think the guy in the third one. I don't care for the third one. The
Yeah.
movie. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Do you like that one very much?
No,
That one's weird.
it got a little campy.
How many were there?
Yeah. There's three, right?
Then
Right.
one with a girl.
There's one with Daniel, two with Daniel going to Japan. The third one, it's him and a different girl, and he's opening up like a shop for Mr. Miyagi, and then he's got the guy from the first one coming back, and it's weird. And he's also now he's like 29, and he's got a
Yeah.
little bit of a gut. Like he's not 22 anymore. Okay. It's not great. Then after that one, there's one with a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then several years off, then comes the one with Will Smith's kid and Will Smith's kids again.
Those
I haven't seen any of those, but
I did touch
know,
those.
Yeah,
I'm not doing
into
that.
But yeah, I would have never thought you'd have watched the whole Cobra Kai thing.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
cool. Very good.
Oh, yeah.
And you thought he was
And
cute.
I kind of finally started to like the blonde character, which I can't remember his name. Johnny?
Oh, yeah. William Zabka.
Yeah,
In real life.
I always was mad at him because he beat my route pup.
Yes, but not in this one. He's
No.
cool in it. Man,
Yeah.
that's worth watching. Just it's Johnny coming back, starting stuff. He goes to a pawn shop to like his stuff from the 80s. And he's like, so right there's a Nintendo. What do I get for that? Because this is an Atari, sir. And then he's like, check out these. He starts getting all these coins. Like, there's a certificate of authenticity in there somewhere, man. How much is this worth? It's like, I'll give you like $5 for this, pal. Like all this 80s junk he's taking in. Yeah, Johnny. All right, good one. And we're about halfway through. So real quick, we're sponsored by Wilson Farm Market in Arcadia. They're right behind me. Fry pies, chicken, delicious stuff for an eclipse or any day.
Yes.
Yes, it's hard to eclipse Wilson Farm Market's good taste. Mm.
True.
Yes,
that.
yes, good place. And I don't know, I haven't been there in a minute. I'll have to go.
Yeah.
I think I might go there this week so you can have stuff on Friday. Because you'll be Wednesday. You're busy, right?
Wednesday I'm busy.
Wednesday
Friday,
you're doing
I
something.
should be good.
But Friday you'll be back for the show.
Pretty sure.
Okay, so Friday I'll make sure we have something
Ooh.
from there. Fry pie, something, or donuts, or some of that orange milk or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll try that out. I've never seen that there. That must be special. I bet that's seasonal. Probably spring. I like that.
The bunny likes it.
What's that?
The bunny likes it.
The bunny? Oh, the Easter bunny. I thought you said your buddy. Your bunny.
You're
Well, Clinton County Daily News.
okay.
Yeah, like your
ready.
buddy. Not like small children buddies that you like to watch. It was kind of weird you said you liked Ralph Macchio because I'm like, he's not a woman. He's not an underage. He's not an underage girl. What are you watching him for? We never see his ass. So Clinton County Daily News, that's a local newspaper, your online source for all sorts of things.
Yes.
So it's Stone Eater Bike. That's the only reason I did it. It was just for fun because I've looked through that because we're from Central Indiana. If you're watching from miles away or states away or in Indonesia or if you're catching us on Death Island last week. But I always look for something in there, but there's nothing like joke. I mean, it's somebody getting a grant for something. It's a kid winning an award from the mayor. I mean, I'm not, there's nothing like this one just finally. There was something on there.
A nugget.
But I noticed on the website, every single story, I don't know if it's just if someone's on vacation, but it's all comments have been turned off. We do not have time to answer your questions here. So Stone Eater Bike Park makes its progress, and it's in Lebanon, Indiana.
When I was reading that, too, it took me a few times to read it before I was figuring out what the hell I was looking at.
Yeah.
Stone Eater Bike Park?
Yeah.
Stone Eater Bike Park. Yeah, I looked in this. There's no explanation in the story of why it was called that.
Stone Eater.
It's more
you
like
crash a lot.
It sounds like a crappy metal band.
Stone Eater. Yeah. I was thinking it was like a really difficult bike park then. Like you're going to be crashing a lot and eating.
Yeah.
It's meant to be not quite like that. So it's the city of Lebanon. They're local. James, you live around there. The roads have been carved out of Stone Eater Bike Park. The location is being prepped for trail construction, paths for riding, running, walking, picnicking, bird walking, relaxing alongside, and a new quality of life building. So it's like a whole little bit of everything.
Quality of life building?
It's just like a park along that trail. The trail goes all the way from Colfax all the way through there, all the way up to like Stockwell.
So how many miles would that be for someone that's, what do you think it's 20 miles?
Shit, I wouldn't
15 miles?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Is it going to connect to the Monon Trail?
I think it's all connected.
I think
it
maybe
used to be
eventually.
it used to be the old railroad track. Used to be what I used to ride mini bikes down in the 80s.
I remember when we licked salt and rode down the railroad track.
That's exactly what we did.
But I think it might be linking up to, there's one from like Westfield, Indiana. That's supposed to go to Kirkland, Indiana. And soon there's just this huge bike trail kind of thing. So the Stone Eater Bike Park's been a long-awaited addition. Oh, and then the quality of life building. That's just new talk for like
a gazebo.
Where they keep the water pump and they put up they put up like community events tab or something. And I'm looking for a new bike or husband or something.
Okay.
And we'll trade a tire and that kind of thing. Quality of life building. We used to call it just okay. Stone Eater Bike Park, long-awaited addition. It's going to have trails for cyclists. This is the thing too. intended to push cyclists to their limits, with opportunities to practice for the National Interscholastic Cycling Association program known as NICA. There was a lot of NICA in this article. It's something in Ohio. That's a state. And it's a group that does tournaments and setting these kind of things up and just kind of getting people out in there to bicycle again, like into cycling. The person's name, it's Schiefelbein. Man, I just came off a Yorin show. Like, I'm good at that stuff. I like pronouncing Japanese names. It's fun. This one's not so much. This is some kind of German. So I don't know. Some Kraut said, some dirty Bosch said, I'm getting all World War I. The Bosch said, you want to bring your 5-year-olds here that they can learn the basics. Then your 10-year-olds who may be getting a little crazy, maybe going towards their limits, but then they learn those limits up to people my age and all skill levels, all different types of trails, easy to more advanced. So the trail is made in a way that there is a easy section, there's an intermediate section, and there's sections that are like, get your shit together section. So it's for everybody.
Do you remember there was 3 main bike parks here in town? There was Indian Hills, and it used to be like where the houses are at now, over by the park.
Yes.
And that one was insane. Like, it had that huge dip in the middle, and you had to fly up, and you had to go blind going up the other side and kind of land.
And these were built by people in a forest.
Yeah, literally.
Not public money or anything.
There was a little bit of woods in between a whole bunch of area in the middle of town, and people and everybody they've been biking there for decades.
Yeah, it wasn't far from here.
Yeah.
And you had to sneak in and get there, and it was crazy. It was definitely made for people that knew what the hell they were doing.
Yeah, because I remember I ate it there a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is definitely not for fat kids on a bike from Kmart.
And everybody called it something different based on where you lived at. It was called something different.
Indian Hills. We were down at Indian Hills when I was like a 3rd grader or 2nd grader, a friend, and we rode our bikes down there, but then by then it had kind of fallen apart. I mean, the little rhythm sections were all gone, and we're down there, we're goofing off, and it's like January, and I totally fell in the creek the whole way, and I had to walk 2.5 blocks home, and by the time I got home, it was all, my pants were frozen and stuff. It's okay. I had a good layer underneath to keep me warm. Trail construction scheduled to begin early this spring, and they'll be done and open to the public by fall of 2024. So, James, this fall you can go out there and do some stone eating.
I'm good.
Okay. All right. Is your son a bike rider or something? Is he into that stuff?
Nah.
Okay. All right. Nah. All right. No, nobody in your family is doing that.
We go outdoors. It's more camping.
Cool.
Stuff like that.
Well, you camp next to the Quality of Life building.
Right.
Okay, now the next one. Let's talk about, ready to talk about the eclipse now?
Sure.
All right, here we go. Here we go. This is what it's all about. This is stuff people told me about the eclipse and stuff I learned about the eclipse from reading an online article from Time Magazine, as well as part of an article from ABC News yesterday afternoon. That's today's.
I like it.
Very truthful of what I've done. Okay, so here we go. Why is this eclipse so special? And then what I heard from somebody, I'm pretty sure the next one isn't for like 100 years or something. Okay. Which that's what I thought. It must be some kind of, this isn't going to come around for like 100 years. Not true. Not true. So it's actually eclipse, just to let you know, these eclipses are actually biannual. There's usually 2 happen a year. Okay. It's rare that they're in totality like it's going to be today, like where it's going to sit in the middle for very long. The next one in the United States will be only 9 years from now, but it's only going to go over Alaska, so you are not going to see it here. The next time it goes over the 48 states, it'll be 20 years from now, but that time it's going to go through like North Dakota and Montana. So again, you probably won't see it here, but it's projected the next year, 21 years from now, it'll be like this one again. Okay.
2045.
Yes, 21 years from now, which, is a long time when you think about it in people years, because you sit there and think how old you are. Yep. But then that shows you, just like geologically, when you think about it, and people start talking about the Paleozoic and this many million years, or Jesus.
We're just a drop in the ocean.
Oh, my God, man. So the estimated time when it will be like this again today, April 9th, 2045, or a good way to think about it, remember it is, the day one of the GGHOP videos gets 1,000 views. So hopefully by 2045, we'll be wearing that bikini of bread.
I'll be 73. I don't think you're going to see it.
It'll be awesome. We'll be all in here with all sorts of pills and
I'll be
bags.
so flat and flabby.
Oh, man. Finally. I outlived everybody, and you're all mine. Okay. So that's a pretty good one. Them kids are out of school because the school doesn't want to get sued. Okay.
Sued for what?
Having
them look at it on their watch and then not put the glasses on.
I was saying, like, well, if you would sit there and go blind that day, then they're gonna sue the school because you let my kid look at that.
Well, you know how many people bought glasses that ain't actually going to work.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, these are working. At least I trust these, I guess.
You may not even be able to see the eclipse, dude. That was fuck.
They're dark as shit. It's dark to protect you. Well, here's the good news, and this is why you use the glasses and everything. Anyway, here's just a few things to know. Again, things I learned from the article and ABC. Low risk actually for blindness for this whole thing. Okay, now if you would sit there and stare at it for 4 minutes, yes, there'd be big trouble. But what you would probably get if you looked a little too long is you're going to see some floaters. You might have some permanent. You won't actually not be able to see. It's not going to steal your vision in 4 minutes. Okay, you still don't need to stare at it, but still, it's not as crazy.
Well, staring at the sun, staring at the fucking sun.
Yes, but today the thing is, even with the glasses, it's taking a chance. But the only true time to really look and stare and look is when it's just like that, like today. And when it's totally the corona on the edge, you can stare, but really wear these two, okay. But it's not going to make you completely blind, okay, if you stare at the sun. The other reason they gave, another reason was increase in travel. So the other thing that makes this a special one is because it is going through kind of the central United States, and there are so many big cities that the totality path is passing through. So it's such a big deal that so many people can see it. Okay.
Did you see the Airbnb thing?
No.
They show these little dots all over the map, and the one where the path goes, all of those Airbnbs are completely like book solid, and they're all taken. It's like a red mark right where the path.
Yes, and that feeds right into what this person was saying. Is that some places, there's a place like in Texas, I think.
Indianapolis has everything going on today. Yeah. Like they have all kinds of stuff going on.
It's tons of people. So some of these places that are great places to check it out in Texas and other states, they're actually teeny tiny small towns. And then there's already 150,000 people camping there. So, and it's everywhere.
Shit's just turning into Woodstock.
Exactly. So there's just a lot of people on the road.
They got declared a state of emergency or something, right? Mm-hmm. Somewhere it did. Like here?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay. That's weird.
Are they closing down highways?
I don't know what they're doing. I'm just saying. Somebody said it got...
Well, let me get out of the way too. Something that was in an article. Okay, people are like, well, what happens if the eclipse, like, what effect will it have on people, whatever? And there's a NASA scientist like, the same effect that a full moon phase does on you. None. Oh. None. Does the moon affect you? Then this won't affect you. It's not going to do anything to you. So don't. No. There's no.
All the women that are pregnant to give birth.
Yes, there's some people that actually in some societies that get a little more nervous today because their cultures were more into this is something still. You're not far from that, maybe, but nothing will happen to you. So again, a lot of people going to small towns, a lot of people on the road, a lot of travel. So that was really more behind a lot of the closures, was that there's just too many people in this little town, and I can't deal with all these people, that kind of thing. So the person said, this is what their quote was. It's like 50 Super Bowls going on at once.
And so like 100,000 people, a little bit everywhere.
Exactly. Like just every little spot is going to be its own little Super Bowl. But I said that I call BS. And here's why, right? I mean, you think of like, okay, obviously you're canceling because there's going to be a lot of people, right? And you got kids, and that's going to be more dangerous, right? But I think that's bullshit because, Super Bowl parades are dangerous, not the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Duh.
You remember that Taurus in the first Chiefs Super Bowl? It was like the guy was fleeing the police, and he was driving where the parade was getting ready to go to. Uh-huh. Yeah. It was insane.
And the last parade?
About ran over a bunch of people and all kinds of shit.
And the last parade, too. That's not too soon. Okay. Let's see. So the sun, here's another reason that makes it special. Sun is at a solar maximum. It's an 11-year cycle, so it's like really burning and churning out the stuff. So it not only is it going to be the eclipse today, but it also falls in line with the year that this thing is just humming along. Okay, the hidden corona, that's the edge part. Also a delicious beer. Do you drink Coronas, James? Do you like those?
No.
Too light.
Yeah.
Do you like Coronas? I bet. Lime or not?
Lime.
You like the lime? Very good. So the hidden corona will be visible. you'll be able to actually see that when you look up with your glasses. And since it's the 11-year cycle, you should really be able to see some things shooting out of it, maybe purple, like different colors of it. Something I didn't put on this slide, but also you might be able to see 2 other planets and a comet too. You'll be able to see that a little more visibly today as well. Okay.
Wow.
So sun at the solar maximum, 11-year cycle, hidden corona visible. That's what's special too. So I had to think about it like something I have not seen in 11 years. How can you remember this? Keep this together. So, oh yeah, a decent television show or movie from Hollywood. So it's easy to remember. It's been about 11 years since they've made anything I give a shit about.
I thought you were going to say sex, but
it's been long.
See, I could have gone a lot of ways. I'm cleaning my act up. I'm cleaning my act up. There's going to be like 35 to 40% less sex jokes. That's what I signed up for.
Really?
I did a pledge.
Damn, you should have told me.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yourself?
I did a pledge. Okay. Now, this is really crazy. And I did not know or ever think about this. Okay. Now, for one, you said, James, you've seen eclipses like at high school and stuff. I was like a sophomore, maybe you're a freshman or something.
I think I was, I was a freshman because I remember going right outside the high school.
Yeah.
And they had those little boxes set up and it would reflect through the box if you didn't want to wear glasses and look up at it.
Yeah.
We went out there and it got dark for like a minute. And then when it got back bright, we all just went back inside.
Yeah. I mean, that was it.
Yeah.
But you've lived through one. You've been in it and seen a real one.
I don't know if it was like this or not.
It wasn't this kind.
Yeah.
But still, it did the whole thing
where
it gets
dark.
weird looking.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's not pitch dark.
No.
It's a weird afternoon, evening feel.
Yeah.
But, you know, how about you? Have you been out for, have you actually ever been out in one? Or are you looking forward to your seat?
Yeah. I don't recall it being anything big.
Okay.
So no.
So you don't think you've ever really.
No.
It kind of was like.
I didn't pay attention.
Okay.
That weird right before a thunderstorm was getting ready to roll in.
It's a one of a kind look. I mean, it's just kind of like this evening weird. It's odd. You know, it is strange. Okay. So, but I never thought about it because I was like you. I'm at the high school and, you know, there's buildings not far. The school's behind you. I wasn't in an open, flat field. Yeah. But this is what you get. So if you go somewhere that is out in the middle of nowhere that is flat and you can see all around you, okay, you get it's a 360-degree sunset is the feel. So your whole life you've been seeing sunsets. Oh, it's so beautiful. Look at the clouds. But it's red and purple this way. And of course it's pitch black behind you. So this is actually looking around where the sunset would be all around you for in these kind of places, whatever.
Crazy.
So, and the person said, this is like the sun going down on everything all around you at once. It is hard to comprehend.
So is looking through a telescope going to burn the shit out of your eyes too?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you would need to use glasses or something. You wouldn't want to. Yeah. You can look at it if it's on, like today, every news organization is having it on television. You know, it's safe. Yeah. It's like welding. You can watch a person weld on a TV show, I think, but to stand there and stare at it, mistake.
Do you have a segment on coming up on if you use your phone to take a picture of it?
You could take a picture of it. Don't want you?
Do you have to put the glasses in front of the?
Oh, look at you! I think you should try them both. Okay, you try it today.
Just asking.
Take the regular picture, then take the glasses picture.
Like this.
Like that. That's exactly what you're saying.
But then you have to have a pair on too, so grab the other ones.
Well, then you wouldn't be able to see to hit the button.
Let's close my eyes.
So, last thing here, 360-degree sunset. Karen James, it's like the sun going down on everything all around you at once. It's hard to comprehend. Not for Diddy.
Ooh,
you like that?
Boom!
Drop it. Sugary one there for the very end. Not bad, not bad. This has been stuff people told me about the eclipse and stuff I learned about the eclipse from reading an online article from Time Magazine as well as part of an article from ABC News yesterday afternoon. Okay, so with the few minutes we do have remaining, there you go. So you can do the show. You're good. But you can't see shit.
Can't see shit.
You look super cool.
Do I look cool?
You do look cool. This should be like a look.
I look cool.
It's kind of, you look like Devo.
Like what?
Like Devo. You kind of somebody from Devo.
Oh, Mom, good Lord, she was a mom,
good
Lord.
Yeah.
Into shape. Shape it up.
So, Karen, you have, I think out of all of us, you have the biggest plans today.
Oh, yeah.
So something very special going on with Frankfurt Beer Works. What are you doing today?
We are brewing a beer that's already been named. And it's Rainbow in the Dark.
Like a rainbow in the dark.
Frankfurt Beer Works.
Frankfurt Beer Works.
Yeah.
Ronnie James Dio.
Yeah. Getting it all set up. Got most of it set up last night. Ryan's going to finish the rest of it. And
so when you say you're brewing it today, what are you at? And it's outside.
Yeah, we're going to do it outside.
Under the eclipse.
Under the eclipse.
That's why it's very special.
Ooh.
What are you doing outside? What if someone came and saw you doing this, what are you stirring something? Is there something boiling?
Yeah, the pot, that whole system that's in the back corner.
I just know what process
is going out. Like we're doing the whole beer, everything.
Shit.
Like
putting it all together.
Yeah, we're making a beer from scratch.
Okay.
Outside.
And is there enough time? Like, don't you have to leave it for a long? So you bring it in at the end of the night.
Mash. It's just step mash. No, so we'll. As soon as he gets home, he's probably gonna start putting water in the pot to get it up to temp, and it won't be finished by the time the eclipse happens, but we'll be well into it that it'll still just suffice the brewing in the eclipse moment.
I see. It's like a business lie. Okay.
Yeah.
They have
joking.
They have other beer to drink.
They have lots of other beer to drink.
We got a lot of beer to drink.
I'm sure you're gonna be drinking beer while you're brewing the beer.
Whoa. Yeah.
Now, your husband had a day off today?
He gets off early.
Because of the eclipse?
Because of the eclipse.
I think there's a lot of people.
You look cute like that.
I'm telling you, with the shave
Little shades
and
dropped
those
down,
glasses,
looking up and over him, peeking.
I also see maybe WWE in your future.
It's like,
Yeah.
I need your motorcycle and your jacket.
Look at that. I feel like I was in
I feel like
a
I just
movie
have
with
to
a person.
blow on him and he'd fall all over, but that's okay.
I feel like I was in The Girl Down the Lane. James, James, let's see. You're brewing beer, and so is everybody helping? You got some crew people coming over.
We got a crew.
You got a crew coming over.
Coming,
Very good.
and
So it's an actual party. Is a thing that if people are bringing food. This is a thing.
That's a thing.
Fantastic.
Come on over.
Okay, having beers, brewing some beer.
Yep.
James, you work in the evening, so you're
I'll
off
be
anyway.
asleep.
You'll be sleeping. Will you really go? What time do you go to sleep normally? Was your
like noon. I
Okay.
sleep like noon to 8.
So today you won't stay up just to look at it for a minute. No, don't care.
I don't care.
Really doesn't care.
No,
Zero chance.
I don't care.
That's okay. All right. Well, that's how I felt about it before when I saw it. I mean,
It's interesting if you're.
it's interesting for like a minute. Yeah, I know.
Into
And
that
then it's
stuff,
over.
If you're
I mean,
into that
it's just-
stuff, it's interesting. I just ain't into that stuff.
Yeah, I just, man, it is. The totality in some places is like 4.5 minutes. Evidently, it said also Mexico is the longest.
I like the Earth, and we just keep shitting on it. So, yeah,
Yeah, people are terrible.
yeah.
Take those. I don't know. Now you're getting to be activisty. Maybe
I
take
know,
those
I
glasses.
started
Now
to-
take those glasses off.
I'm starting to feel like Bono over
Oh,
here.
great.
Without all the.
Well, be sure to stand up way at the top and call attention to yourself.
I'm good to put my song on your phone without your permission.
God, sick bastards. So the totality is the highest in Mexico. It's 4.5 minutes, but 4 minutes and 25 seconds out in the East Coast too. So for 4.5 minutes, that's a long time.
You know, Aaron Rodgers could just save money and bought a pair of these
Hi-yo,
and hung out at his house.
Aaron Rodgers. So
You can shit in a bucket at home too.
you can even on the eclipse day. So you're not doing anything. You're brewing beer. Myself, I think we're gonna go to the local fairgrounds. It's a wide open space. Oh, I could
You
just
should
stand in my
stop
front
by.
yard. We could go to. I could come to your
Afterwards.
fun beer party.
Yeah, come over, have a beer.
Come to your beer party first. Drive over to the fairgrounds. Violently drive to the fairgrounds
Violently drive.
and be the first person arrested
On
underneath.
the eclipse.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did see too, just to let you know, things that also weren't in there. If you heard people telling you that animals are going to go crazy,
No.
they do. Birds do go back to trees, so you'll see them like
Birds go back to trees.
Well, they won't be flying. What are you making fun of me for?
Oh, sorry.
They'll be perched, so they won't be flying around when it comes. They'll
Bats
probably
will
like
come out.
they'll go, no. See, that's part of that's untrue. That's very untrue.
She's making a witch's brew. She's got bats coming
It's
out.
a dragon eating the sun. Yeah, no.
Come
so
over for the eclipse.
you're gonna hear all the crickets come out. No,
No.
not. It's not gonna happen that way.
Lightning bugs?
The cicadas. Oh
No.
no,
No,
it's cicadas.
The cicadas are coming.
There's
They're
20
coming.
broods of 80
whether
of
it
them. I don't
rains,
know what we're
snows,
gonna
or
do.
whatever.
Cicadas.
I guess there's a lot of cicadas coming, but yeah, no. So no big plans for me either. I think it'll be exciting, but it's here and it's gone. But now, at least, hopefully, with this, I'm glad I did that yesterday. I wanted to know more myself. Why
Yeah.
was this so?
Yeah.
So there you go. There's a few reasons. But in 21 years, so for some of you,
we'll be
like
dead.
40.
I'll be dead.
We're watching, Well, Karen says she'll be dead.
I'll be dead. I'm not going to make it to that far.
We'll finally be a successful podcast. It'll be great.
All you had to do was say to leave. I would have got up and go anytime.
Maybe by then we'll have the ability and we can have AIU.
Oh, better yet.
AIU. I trademarked that.
AIU.
That's a thing. AIU.
AIU.
Look at that. I made
Did
that
you
up.
ever watch
Hi, Karen.
Black Mirror?
No.
Seriously, motherfuckers.
We got to hang out more.
Black Mirror. There's an
I
episode
look
where
nothing but what? Black Mirror.
It's a show. TV show.
it's a TV show. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
I want to say that you could.
We don't ain't on Disney Plus.
No.
Go ahead.
No, it's not.
You can. It reminds you of the Twilight Zone a little bit.
I'm with you.
That's the one that
weird
Gibson was talking
stories.
about when they were talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's this one. It's not. I don't know how old it is. It's this season, but
It's not the bestiality one he was talking about. Go ahead.
oh, bestiality. There's a story. But anyway,
We'll get to him in a minute. Go ahead.
yeah.
I mean,
But the episode is where you get someone's gonna die, and so they give you a coffin with a window in it.
Okay.
And so it hooks up to your phone, and so you can always take a picture, a snapshot, and send them messages while they're actually dead in the coffin, but there's a mirror. That's an episode on Black Mirror.
Okay.
Kind of cool.
Interesting.
Yeah,
So you can
should
still
check it out.
you can still
Try to
conversate
cook.
with the people on the other side.
Yeah, it's almost like you just kind of like when you go through and scrolling at pictures and stuff on not necessarily reels because that shows action, but you can just assume you're still having a relationship with someone that's
Nana
no longer
keeps
there.
sending me TikToks from beyond.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, see, I
But
think.
bestiality, I'll tell you.
So what
about
show on
that.
Netflix are you watching? You just said there's a bestiality show.
Don't fucking point at me when you say shit.
Well,
like
you
that.
just said it. Was there a show on Netflix, a bestiality show?
No, but somebody got in trouble for.
No, Gibson was talking about one of the episodes had some mild
bestiality in it.
in it. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I thought there was a special.
Man, you guys didn't
But it
pay
was
any
in the
attention. You didn't
news.
pay any attention to our guest. Man.
Well, she was
It
over
was
there
in the
thinking about
news. It was in the news.
thinking about
Somebody got in trouble for doing a dog.
what, around here or just generally in the world.
I'm pretty sure it's in Indiana.
Okay, well, I'll look it up and see if we can talk about it next time.
Okay.
See, and that's why you think sex toy review are bad. What's worse now? Now what's
People.
worse?
Our
Hmm?
people.
We can't even do Florida, man. It's Indiana, man.
It's Indiana, man.
Indiana, man.
Okay, well, I'd love to sit around here and talk about bestiality all afternoon,
I did. Fuck.
but we've
The
got to go
previous
watch the
episode, damn it,
eclipse.
I wasn't the one that brought it up.
Yeah,
Yikes.
you were.
Well, then, you enjoy the beer today. You enjoy the
Beast.
good rest and sleep, sir. You can wake up. Things are going to be completely different when you wake up, James.
Can't see me either, man.
He's gone. He's already gone. Well, for everybody, this has been, we want to say the GGHOP, the guaranteed genuine, honest to goodness, 1 hour.
This truly distracts
podcast.
you, doesn't it?
It's a little different, man.
Like
You're
he
kind of
can't
scary
see
over
me,
there.
but for some reason he's still looking directly at me.
We want to thank Wilson Farm Market for sponsoring all this great entertainment and fun. And today, before you go out there, make sure you maybe run by there. There's time. They're open. Get some chicken. Grab something. And that'd be a great place to watch the eclipse. It's flat.
Yeah.
Oh
A
yeah.
lot of people out there. Very nice. Okay, we're also sponsored by Frankfurt Beer Works. Thank you very much. Thanks to James. Thanks to Karen. I'm Bill Gant reminding you to go treat other people how you want to be treated. Lighten the hell up and you go make somebody laugh today.